You're not behind. You're just awakening on time. You might feel like you're late, like you should have figured things out by now. But here's a truth that most calendars can't show you. Spiritual timing isn't linear, it's cosmic. You didn't miss anything. You didn't fall behind. You were simply calibrating. The chaos, the stillness, the questions, they were all synchronizing your inner compass. In a world obsessed with productivity and milestones, spiritual awakening looks suspiciously like delay. But what if this very moment, the one you're in right now, is your exact arrival point? Alignment doesn't follow clocks. It follows clarity. And clarity arrives when the soul is finally heard over the noise. So if you're waking up now, it's not late. It's perfect. You're not falling behind, you're falling into place. All right, let's dive in. We'd love it if you could subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Anxiety is the echo of a mind out of sync with the soul. Anxiety isn't a flaw in your system. It's a signal, a sacred alarm. It means your mind has started sprinting faster than your soul can walk. You're thinking too far ahead, trying to prepare for a life your spirit hasn't agreed to yet. It feels like pressure, but it's really dissonance. The mind loves to fix things. The soul, however, is here to feel them. When those two get out of tune, anxiety plays like static on a frequency that used to feel like home. You're not broken. You're just listening to a station you've outgrown. The volume is high because you're meant to change the channel. When the mind and soul meet again in the same room, you'll feel it. That peace, that's not silence. That's resonance. This thought isn't positive thinking, it's a frequency shift. Let's be real. Positive thinking has become a catchphrase that sometimes glosses over real pain. You can't affirmation your way out of trauma, but there is a kind of thought that doesn't bypass, it transforms. It doesn't ask you to pretend everything's okay. It helps you realize you're not alone in the not okay. This isn't about reciting mantras to force a smile. It's about recognizing that thoughts carry frequency, and frequency carries creation. The one thought that shifts everything isn't, "I'm fine." It's, "I'm safe to feel this." That thought, it rewrites the field. It invites your nervous system to soften. It stops the fight and lets the light back in. So no, this isn't positivity. It's permission. And it changes everything. Calm isn't something you earn, it's something you return to. You don't have to hustle for peace. You don't need to achieve calm. That's one of the biggest myths we've inherited. That peace is a prize at the end of burnout. But calm was never outside of you. It wasn't at the retreat. It wasn't in the expensive app. It's been inside you, quietly waiting like a favorite song. You forgot how to hum. Your natural state isn't chaos. Your baseline isn't fear. The noise came later. The trauma, the pressure, the expectations, those were overlays. But deep down underneath it all, your inner waters are still. You don't have to build peace. You just have to remember it. Calm isn't a reward. It's a homecoming. Your breath knows the way back, even when you don't. When everything feels too loud, too fast, or too much, your breath quietly waits to guide you home. You don't need to figure it out. You just need to exhale. The breath is older than your worries. It's the original rhythm that played before your first thought ever formed. It remembers the path to peace even when your mind is lost in loops. Each inhale is a message from the universe you're alive. And that's enough right now. Each exhale is a gentle release. You don't have to hold it all. You don't have to trust your thoughts in this moment. Just trust your lungs. Let them do what they've always done. Anchor you when you forget the shore exists. Come back, not by thinking harder, but by breathing softer. The mind can't fake what the nervous system doesn't believe. You can tell yourself, "I'm okay," 1,000 times, but if your body is still bracing for impact, your soul won't buy it. The nervous system doesn't speak English. It speaks sensation, tight chest, clenched jaw, shallow breath. It listens to the energy behind your words, not the words themselves. That's why fake calm never feels calming. You can smile on the outside and still feel like you're drowning inside. True alignment happens when the mind and body stop arguing, when your thoughts stop trying to convince and start trying to connect. So if peace feels out of reach, don't start with your thoughts. Start with your spine, your shoulders, your breath, because your body doesn't need motivation. It needs safety. And once it believes you're safe, your mind won't have to pretend anymore. You've been trying to control what was meant to be trusted. Control feels safe until it doesn't. Until the checklist becomes a cage. Until your grip becomes the reason you can't feel free. You were never meant to micromanage the universe. Your soul wasn't designed to clench its way into alignment. The very things you're trying to force love, clarity, healing, they blossom in the presence of trust, not tension. Think about how flowers grow. They don't need to know the exact hour the sun will rise. They just trust it will. You don't need all the answers to be held by the process. You don't have to deserve rest to take it. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take one honest step. What if letting go wasn't a failure, but a sacred skill? You're not losing control. You're learning how to be carried. Sleep isn't an escape, it's a sacred reset. We treat sleep like it's downtime, like it's just the thing we do when the day is over. But sleep isn't passive, it's profoundly active. It's the sacred reboot your soul requested before you came into this life. A nightly portal where your conscious mind lets go, so the deeper parts of you can recalibrate. You're not checking out when you sleep. You're tuning in just on a higher channel. During sleep, your body heals what the day distorted. Your spirit sorts through frequencies you didn't even know you picked up. It's where unseen wisdom flows in quietly, effortlessly. So if you're lying in bed feeling guilty for resting, or thinking you should be doing more, pause. Sleep isn't lazy. It's spiritual hygiene. And your dreams? They're not random. They're whispers from the other side reminding you you're more than what you did today. Your subconscious isn't a problem. It's a portal. You've probably heard people talk about reprogramming the subconscious, like it's some faulty software that keeps ruining your life. But here's the truth, your subconscious isn't broken, it's just misunderstood. Because the moment you stop fighting it, it opens, and what pours through isn't chaos, it's clarity. You were never lazy, just spiritually overstimulated. There's a difference between laziness and depletion. One is a refusal to act, the other is a cry for rest, from a soul that's been carrying too much unseen weight. You weren't lazy, you were overloaded, spiritually overstimulated by expectations, emotional labor, outdated beliefs, told to keep going, to stay productive, to push through even when everything inside you whispered pause. Your energy didn't disappear. It got scattered, stretched thin, trying to hold up masks that no longer felt real. Laziness is a judgment. Burnout is a symptom. And sometimes stopping isn't failure, it's survival. So if you've been still for longer than you wanted, maybe it wasn't avoidance, maybe it was sacred recovery. And when your energy does return, it won't be forced. It'll be focused. Reality softens the moment you stop demanding proof. The more you chase certainty, the more reality plays hide and seek with you. It's not because the universe is cruel. It's because faith is forged in the space before the evidence shows up. When you stop needing signs to believe, you start seeing signs everywhere. The feeling in your chest, the shift in a stranger's smile, the timing that was too perfect to be coincidence. This isn't about delusion. It's about resonance. When you stop interrogating the present moment, it begins to relax around you. It softens its edges. It starts to whisper instead of shout. Because reality doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to presence. And the less you grip, the more you receive. This one thought lets the universe tuck you in every night. Right before sleep, your mind often races. It replays the day. It worries about tomorrow. It looks for problems to solve just in case. But what if there was a thought that didn't push you further out into fear, but pulled you back into alignment? Here it is. I don't have to carry what the universe already holds. This one thought changes everything. It lets your shoulders drop. It allows your nervous system to finally exhale. You're not alone. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're simply being guided moment by something wiser than worry. So when you close your eyes tonight, don't try to escape. Instead, imagine the universe pulling the covers over you gently, whispering you did enough. You are enough. Sleep now. Because the real safety doesn't come from controlling your life. It comes from surrendering to the rhythm beneath it. Before we end, I have one request for you. In the comments, write down the version of your ideal self you want to become. There's a saying, when you give your dreams words, they start becoming real. And when you write them as if they've already come true, the universe listens even more powerfully. So go ahead, leave a comment about your dream life, written in the past tense, as if it already happened. The universe is always ready to hear your desires and bring them into form. Let your words flow into the comment section and send your vision out into the universe. And don't forget, when you see someone else's dreams, celebrate it. By lifting each other up, the energy multiplies. From the bottom of my heart, I'm wishing for all your dreams to come true. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you felt something today, please subscribe, give a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. I started this channel from Japan, hoping to help people around the world live better lives. My English might be a bit rough, but I hope you'll stay with me on this journey. This channel shares videos that help you understand how to live in the age of air just by listening. Subscribe so the next message finds you automatically. Thank you.